love the military. Obviously,
Love it
you do too. But here's one of the problems I've always had is that when something happens, whether intentional or accidental or just by circumstance, it's going to happen when you're doing the kind of work we do. Someone has to pay.
Right.
Just hours after finishing a grueling training, 2 Navy SEAL candidates were rushed to the hospital. One of them died.
So when they started lying about it all and then using that as the reason to come after me, I said, no, that's absolutely not going to happen. And someone would justify the lies. Brad, this is what we do. We protect the institution. I submitted more evidence. We kept getting more evidence because more people would come clean, but they just kept doubling down. No, we have to follow this process through, Brad. What? They would defend the process. If the process is showing itself to be unjust, and you can stop that by just saying, we're done, then you should do that. If you're just regurgitating the line, well, trust the process, well, you're part of the problem. You're absolving yourself of your mandated authority as a leader to actually do the right thing here. You're stepping back from the need to make a decision by saying, well, we're just gonna trust the process so I don't have to make a decision. But the process is screwing over good teammates. The process is throwing away honorable service members like trash. As a leader, shouldn't you be the one stepping in saying, let's do the right thing here. Let's stop this process. But they never did. And in fact, not only did they not stop, they kept coming after us, and then they kept turning a blind eye to all the admirals that had lied. How dare you confront us on our moral failings, Brad? So now we're going to show you, we're going to raise the charges, and we're going to come after your retirement, and we're going to come after your reputation even more.
And your freedom.
Yeah, because I asked them, hey, I will retire today. I'll walk away from this whole thing. Like, I gave them off-ramp after off-ramp after off-ramp opportunity. Drop the charges, we can call it quits. You can stop paying me. I will walk away from the United States Navy. I'm good. I just want out at this point. Like, I just want out. No, deny you that freedom. We're going to take this to the bitter end.
Without this, would you be retired right now?
That's all I wanted to do was continue on this path. I love the teams. I love the Navy. I still do. I wanted to keep serving. I wanted to keep leading. If I struggle with any anger on this one, it's probably that they took that away from me. And that one's a hard one for me to still deal with because there's resentment there for sure.
Lawmakers, including our next guest, are calling on the Defense Department, the Navy specifically, to allow a Navy SEAL commander to retire honorably.
Everyone that looked at it was like, this is ludicrous. And they just all wanted to help, and they all did. And they just started writing letters and co-signing letters. My world shifted because it was so fun to poke fun at politicians before this, and we all like to. And I had this faith in the Navy as an institution. And it's completely reversed now, where I'm like, golly, these people actually stood up for what's right. And the Navy did not.
I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, so I won't say what it was, but you were offered another high-level position in retirement, and that they attacked that as well.
They did. It's funny enough how, earlier we talked about the legacy dads, the ones that turned against me because their son didn't make it. That was one of my enemies, was a very big GOP donor that personally engaged with we think President Trump and rallied against me and got the whole thing in the end canked. Really disappointing. Back to that was one of the harder parts about being a CO, and to have that come back and manifest later unjustly again is disappointing. But you can't hurt me. My God is sovereign, and if we learned anything through this whole thing, it was rest in His sovereignty and His plan for us. And I do believe that I was pushing our family too hard to serve once again, to roll right into my duty. We were fraying at the edges after a 3-year battle with the Navy. That's a hard fight. It takes a lot. It takes a heavy toll, and we needed rest. And I think this was really God intervening, sabotaging their malicious intent against me, and saying I'm going to use that for Brad's good. Hey, Brad, go on pause for a while, take a knee. So what we realized in that moment was, okay, worship does something, especially when it doesn't make sense, especially when it's based upon a promise that you have yet to see fulfilled. So every morning we'd wake up and worship music would just be spilling out of our house. And we wanted it to fill that cup, so to speak, and overflow so that nothing but worship was coming out of our hearts, out of our souls, out of our house, out of our family, and especially when it didn't make sense. In the midst of our worst moments of despair, we would still worship and say, God, you're good. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense right now. This hurts. This sucks. Enough. Please take this from us. Please take this cup from us. But you are good. I trust you. I trust you more than my own desires. I submit to you more than my own desires. And we choose to believe that you're going to use this for good. We choose to have faith in you, and we're going to praise you and worship you in the midst of our suffering. And dude, more than anything else, you talk about powerful spiritual warfare that'll just lift you up from the darkest depths of despair. Your way is better than mine. Even though we didn't believe it sometimes, you're like, how is this better than what I wanted? How is this better than the path I wanted to be on?
Well, it's easy to worship when you're in victory
100%.
and abundance.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
But I think when you worship when it's hard is when it's the most honoring to Him and the most glorifying. And I think we know from scripture that it is aroma. It is a pleasing aroma to him. It gives us a refuge and a peace in that it surpasses all understanding. And I can say here honestly, like with zero regret at all, that I would not want to be anywhere else now. All these other things I thought I wanted once, I don't. I want to be exactly where I am because I am exactly where he wants me to be.